Welcome to another video. This is JC Diaz. This episode of JC Diaz Uncensored is brought to you by no one. Just me, no sponsors. You know, I've seen it all. I literally have seen it all. And this is only, January 19th, Martin Luther King Day. I've seen it all in 2026, and this is only the beginning of the year. So the Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871, this is a law that was put in place. The Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871 is also known as the Civil Rights Act of 1871 or the Third Enforcement. This is a law that was put in place to protect people in gathering places, like if you're in a church, to protect the Ku Klux Klan from people from Ku Klux Klan, since the Ku Klux Klan was notorious for going to churches, blowing up churches back in the day and stuff like that. And, now Don Lemon, he was doing his job, and he is now being accused or has been put on notice by the Department of Justice, the Trump's Department of Justice, about probably being investigated because of his involvement in this protest that took place in the church. So let's go ahead and start the show, and I'll be back with you guys in a couple minutes because I have a few things to say about that. Let's go ahead. Let's start the show.
What do you think of this?
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship.
But there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship Jesus.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a
no
Christian?
one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to chronicle what happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship.
Yeah.
We're here to worship. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
The people who did this made a big, big mistake, whoever they are. We are investigating exactly who they are, who coordinated with them, who paid for it, and who was there. And this will be met with the full force of the United States Department of Justice, as the Attorney General has directed. And we discussed yesterday with the pastor, who was totally shaken. He was with his family. We want to make sure everyone felt safe. And there will be further legal action in coming days.
And we are back with you guys. So let's talk about what's going on here, right? You guys just watched a clip of Don Lemon. I watched the entire live stream. I watched it from the beginning, from when Don Lemon was out in the parking lot, and he just happened to run into these people who were planning a protest. So I watched the entire live stream from beginning to end. To me, it seems like Don Lemon is doing his job. He's being a journalist. He saw the protest. He went in, he started asking questions, which I don't see a problem with. Now, like I was saying at the beginning of the show, right? The Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871 is a federal law that was signed by President Ulysses Grant on April 20th, 1871, designed to combat the rise of the Ku Klux Klan and similar white supremacist groups during Reconstruction. The act authorized the federal government to intervene in states that failed to protect the civil and political rights of newly freed African Americans and their white allies. I've seen it all in this country. I've seen it all. If you would have told me If you would have told me in 2026 that a law that was enacted to protect African Americans, listen to this. If you would have told me in 2026 that a law that was enacted to protect African Americans from members of the white Ku Klux Klan will be weaponized today and used to try and charge a gay African American man, I would have said you're crazy. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would see in 2026 a gay black African American man who is a Klansman, a part of the Ku Klux Klan. According to the smart people of the DOJ, Don Lemon has been put on notice because a lot of people are saying that he was leading the protest when I watched the entire video, and that is absolutely not true. Don Lemon went in there as a journalist, doing his job, keeping us informed like he's supposed to do. If you would have told me that in today, 2026, a law that was enacted to protect African Americans will be used or weaponized to try and blame a gay black African American man of being a Klans member because he broke into the church. I've never seen a black Klans member. Never seen a Klansman that is black. This is the first time I'm actually seeing one. That's actually kind of funny. Imagine seeing a gay black African American Klans member. That's what's going on in today's society. That's what's going on in today's country. That's what's going on in Trump's DOJ. That's what's going on where the world is turned upside down. This world is twisted. Everything is twisted to their convenience. Everybody knows that Donald Trump hates Don Lemon. Everybody knows that. So, this is Donald Trump's DOJ. So he's going to get in touch with whoever he has to get in touch. And this is something that to deflect from the actual thing that we should be talking about, which is, the Greenland deal, him trying to take over Greenland, the letter that he sent or the text or whatever it is that he sent to the people of Denmark, saying how because he didn't win the Nobel Peace in 2024, he doesn't care about being peaceful anymore. That's the stuff that we should be really talking about. But yet here we are, like always, we are deflecting, and we are blaming a black man because he was doing his job. He just happened to run into protesters, and he went to see, and he wanted to keep us informed, the American people, and now he's being accused of being a Klansman when he is a gay black African American. What? I mean, you can make this shit up, man. You cannot make this up. You absolutely cannot make this up. This is 2026, and this is where we are in this country. This is 2026, and this is where we are in this country. A gay African American man who happens to be a journalist, who the president happens to hate, is being put on notice because supposedly he led a protest into a church, which is absolutely not true because I watched the entire video. I watched the entire live stream. From beginning almost to the entire end, I watched that live stream. And it's not nowhere near what they're saying. But this is where we are. This is what we always do in America. This is what the government always does. Deflect from the real things that are going on. Where's the Epstein files? We should be talking about the fact that the DOJ told Congress that they're not publishing the rest of the files for the Epstein files. We should be talking about that. We should be talking about the letter the president sent to Denmark saying, because I didn't get my Nobel Peace Prize, I can't be peaceful anymore. That's why I want to take over Greenland. We should be talking about that. But no, here we are talking about trying to punish the black man for going to do his job, which is in our Constitution. He didn't attack anybody. These people didn't attack anybody. He followed. I don't care what the people were doing. If they were protesting, blah, blah, blah. You need to do your investigation. But you have a journalist going in there trying to get the news, trying to give us, the people, the news. And now you're saying that he might be charged because he was there leading the protest, which is absolutely not true because I watched the entire video. But this is today's world. This is what's going on. This is the government. We are in dark times in this country. We are absolutely in dark times in this country. And you know what's worse is you have his followers and supporters are unbreakable. These people, these people are unbreakable. You cannot put sense into them. You can show them the proof and they still don't believe it. You cannot make sense with them. It is something I've never seen before. It is something I've never seen before. We have Latinos. Even with all the stuff that's going on, there are still Latinos out there supporting this guy. It is crazy the times we're living in this country. And people say that I hate the president, that all I do is hate on the president. But how can you stay quiet when you see stuff like this happening? A black man, African American, is being put on notice by the Department of Justice because, see, he allegedly he was leading a protest against the church when he literally was not leading anything, because I watched the video with my own eyes. The guy was just doing his job to try to keep us informed. It is crazy what's going on. This is amazing. These are crazy times. I don't know, man. I'm kind of scared because I don't even know if I should keep doing this, because one of these days I'm probably going to be charged with something, and this is just crazy what's going on in this country. Man, we better be scared. These are the same people who were crying the same people who are accusing Don Lemon are the same people who have been going to hospitals to pull immigrants out of the hospitals. They have been going to churches to pull immigrants out of the churches. They're breaking into houses and pulling U.S. citizens out of their houses, even though they are U.S. citizens, and they're telling ICE that they're U.S. citizens. They're still getting pulled out of their houses. I just watched a video of an old man who's probably in his 80s, pulled out by ICE out of his house, in his drawers, no shirt, in 4-degree weather in Minneapolis. And these are the same people who supposedly care about the people who are going to church. Supposedly they care. But they only care when it's convenient for them. That's the only time they care about. When it is convenient for them is when they care about what's going on. If it's not convenient for them, they don't care. Think about it. This law was enacted in 1871. Why? Why was it enacted? Because white people, part of the Ku Klux Klan, were going into churches. They were bombing churches. They were killing people in churches. They were going crazy back in the day. So that's why this law was enacted. And today in 2026, we're trying to blame a black man who just happened to be a journalist for supposedly breaking into a church and protesting. I've never seen a gay black African American Klansman. This is the first time I hear something like that. But these are the twisted times we're living in this country. This is JC Diaz. I hope you guys have a good day. I'll let you be the judge. You be the judge. I'll just tell you what it is, what I feel, and you be the judge. I'll see you guys on the next video. Don Lemon, keep your head up, man. We're watching what's going on. Keep your head up. We know you didn't do anything wrong. You're just trying to bring us the news. So keep your head up, man, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Take care. This is JC Diaz. Peace.